Hi guys, welcome to DrumDOG and welcome to what could be our nerdiest sound comparison yet. Now for today's sound comparison we are talking about snare drum hoops. Now there are a few varieties of hoops that are available on different kinds of snare drums, and usually when we buy a snare drum it comes with the hoops it comes with and we don't think twice about it. But it begs the question, why do different snares come with different hoops? And what difference to sound do hoops actually make? Now in the style of a DrumDOG sound comparison, today we are going to be using one snare drum with the same heads, the same wires, the same tuning as best we can with three different types of hoops. Now obviously there are more than three different types of hoops in existence, and unfortunately we couldn't get our hands on every single option, but today we have got die-cast hoops, triple flanged hoops and S hoops. To be more specific, our die-cast hoops are Tama Starcast hoops, our triple flanged hoops are from our DrumCraft Lignum Maple snare, and our S hoops are from our Mapex 30th anniversary walnut, which you can check out here. Now for today's sound comparison we are going to be using this Tama 14 by 5.5 Star Classic copper with an Evans HD dry on the top and a Remo Ambassador snare side head on the bottom. The snare wires are Pure Sound Custom 20 strand. Now actually swapping out the hoops is going to be a fair old job, especially the snare side head because of the wires. However, with these Pure Sound wires, because of the quick release pins, I'm able to remove the wires without having to touch the ribbons to leave the tension the same and the alignment the same for every single hoop change. Now without further ado, let's check out how they sound. Now I'm kind of interested on this one myself. Are they just going to sound the same? Is it just for looks? I'm not sure. Okay, that was actually quite a lot more effort than I thought it was going to be. I mean, it feels like more than a head change, I guess, because it was both heads and hoops completely off, and then we had to use the tension rods from the original Tama snare in order to match the length from the lugs. Anyway, it's done. Now, in terms of differences, on face value, it didn't really seem like there was that much change. It's the same heads on the same shell. However, after a closer listen, especially on a rim shot, I'm starting to pick out a couple differences between these hoops. Now, the first difference that caught my ear was between the die-cast and the triple flanged hoops. Now, in direct comparison to each other, the obvious change is actually in the resonance of the hit. With the die-cast hoops, it's so much drier and controlled compared to the triple flanged hoops, which seem to really let the drum ring out and actually resonate a little bit more. Now, I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but this may actually be a consideration depending on what kind of tone you're looking for. Now, when it comes to the S hoops, they are very similar to the triple flanged hoops. However, I'm hearing a slightly different attack just in that initial sound. Now, while the resonance and control kind of feels the same, I feel like the S hoop brings out an extra sort of little high frequency and a little bit of punch in the actual hit itself. Now, while these differences aren't hugely groundbreaking and are nowhere near the difference we're getting with a head change, this does actually come as a consideration for our sound when we're picking a snare. Now, I can't necessarily say that I'd go out and actually buy some hoops to swap onto a snare as a sound option, but if I were building a snare collection, I might think about collecting snares that have different types of hoops as well as different types of shells. Now, I know this was a super nerdy one, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this sound comparison and it's helped kind of explain the differences between the hoops available. Let me know in the comments which hoop was your favourite and if you heard any differences that I haven't picked out. If you want to see more sound comparisons like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and we will see you again soon.